Okay, y'all, we're going on a road trip. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Rain bends. We're hauling butt north. We're going to High Point, North Carolina. We got to get up there. We're going to pick up a transmission for the 65. I tried to drive it the other day, and the transmission is out all the way. It pulled for about maybe 30 feet and went out on me. So we're going to put a new transmission in it. So we're going to get one. It's already been built, ready. Supposedly it's good for 500 horsepower. We'll see. So that's where we're headed. We're headed northbound. Can you believe this truck is getting 15.7 miles a gallon? That's just crazy to me. 15.7 miles a gallon. Good God almighty. We might be making some damn money here shortly. 71 degrees on New Year's Eve. I can't believe that neither. But we're still going north. 1 mile to wherever. Exit 41. We got a 100-mile run up and a 100-mile run back. So we'll get back up with you here in a little bit. And we're going to have to stop and get fuel somewhere too. Get low on fuel. But I'll get back with you here in a little bit. Okay, y'all, we made it back. We had to hurry up and get done up there. But there's the transmission. .350 turbo. Totally redone. There's a new torque converter for it. Supposedly it's good for 500 horsepower, is what they're telling me. And they're also giving me a 2-year warranty with it. So I got a 2-year warranty, 500 horsepower transmission here, along with the torque converter. The torque converter's heavy. So there's my torque converter, transmission. What else can I say about it? Here's that kickdown cable. I was talking about it the other day in another video. If you pull you forget to unhook it and you pull your motor out, you rip that out. That's what it does. It just breaks it off right there, and you got to fix that. So the screw goes here and that holds your kickdown in. This here is for your dipstick. This is the new style. This here is for the old style, depending on which one you got. The old style dipsticks, they had an O-ring on them, and you just stuck them in that hole. You took this grommet out. Same way with the kickdown cables. The old style, you just put an O-ring around it and stick it in the hole. Your transmission lines go here. This here and this here is your transmission ports. You can check your pressures in your gears in them 2 ports, but nobody ever uses that. Well, I don't anyway. This up here is your breather. Basically, if you get too much fluid in it, it'll push it out there. So to keep the warranty on this thing, you have to blow the cooler out. And that truck's got a cooler in it, so I got to blow it and the lines and all that stuff out. But it looks pretty good. Looks like a pretty good transmission though. Okay, y'all, the hardest part of any job is to get started. There's the old transmission. We got to get it out of there, well, out of the way. Down here is the new transmission. There's the new torque converter, and there's the fluid. So basically, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to slide that in there, pick the tail shaft all the way up as high as I can get it, get that jack underneath it, pull the tail shaft down, snatch it up on the jack. Then it should be sitting there. And then I'll try to put the torque converter in it after I get it on the jack. That torque converter weighs 35 pounds by itself. And I'm only going to be able to use one arm to try to curl this thing up, and the other arm to grab the jack and pull the jack in. So it's going to be challenging to say the least. But I think I can do it. I don't think it'll be no problem. Well, there's going to be a problem, but I'll work through it. But anyway, I got to get the kickdown cable switched over. I got to get it off of that one. I didn't see what size it was. We probably should have done that while we was up there. We got that motor still we got to put in. So we got our tools here. Let's walk up here and see what we got. Horrible lighting. I know. But I'm fixing to get back down there at that other transmission. We'll have better lighting. Come on, baby. Come out. There we go. Now, we got to wipe it all down, get it all clean, and get that O-ring replaced down there at the end. And then I'll get back with you. Okay, y'all, I replaced that O-ring. I also replaced the O-ring on the kickdown. Got it installed. Got this one installed. We're going to flip-flop these transmissions. Get the other one up here. Get the other one down there. And let's see if we can start getting it in there. Okay, here y'all. This is the problem we're having. He won't get up underneath that exhaust quite enough. So I got to lay down and he-man it. Stand the back of it up and then lay the front down and walk it around in there. But first, before I get down in there and get too comfortable, I'm gonna go get my torque converter. You know, if I don't have that torque converter up here, I'll forget it and go to put that thing in there without it. So let me go get it. Okay, y'all, I got it under. It's sitting under there. So now I got to figure out how to get it on the jack. And guess what? The jack's way over there. So I got to figure out how to get it on there. And after I do that, I'll come back. Now I got to get the torque converter on there. Lead torque converter up there. So torque converter might help, you know, really. If I stand that thing up, it might help me pick it up. But it might fall out too. I think got a chrome oil pan on it, believe it or not. But anyway, I got to get that jack over here, get it up underneath this thing so we can go up with it. And when we go up, we'll just go in there. Let me get the light. You can see my flywheel. There's my flywheel. That's 400 small block. So there's the flywheel. That line that's running across here, that's a vacuum line to go into the transmission module. So let me go around on the other side and get the jack, slide it in here where I can get a hold of it, and then we'll try to he-man it up on there. Okay, I'm gonna try it, y'all. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll leave you there for a minute or two. If I get to using too many profanity words, I'll have Ronnie cut it out, I guess. Okay, everything's in the way. There goes the drive shaft. And of course, this jack's got to be like 20 foot tall. Come on now. Don't knock it off the jack, Donnie. It's gonna be rough here. What's gonna keep that jack from rolling? Put a bolt up underneath the tire. I still got to go up 3-4 inches. I don't think I can do that here. Oh, it's sliding off. What happens if I slide up under and put it on my chest and put it in there? Probably wouldn't be smart with me the only one here. Okay. That jack is just way too high. Okay. Oh. Yo. Damn, you're too close. Hang on. That was a fail. It didn't work. The jack's too high. We're gonna have to go to plan B. Wonder if Ronnie will know. Don't tell Ronnie we stole one of his boards. Okay? This is gonna be our little secret. Don't need to tell Ronnie. Got to have one of his boards. Okay? That's there. Well, need a jack. Where can I steal a jack at? Wonder if I can get a tire on this truck. Let me do this to do that to do this so I can get me a jack. Okay, y'all, so what I did, I got it jacked up on that jack and I slid it back on this jack. The reason I got to have it on this jack, number one, is these caster wheels, and number two, the handle swivels. So I can jack it up from up here in the front. So I can watch what I'm doing up here where the bolts go, and I can move it around and jack it up and down and all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing. That's how we got it up on this one. Put it on that one first, jacked it up 10 inches, 12 inches, whatever it was. Ran this up to the side of it and just slid it off on there. Had these turned to the side like so. So we could slide it right on there, and then we put them on the front to make sure it didn't fall off the front. This knob down here adjusts this plate here forward like this way and this way. So you spin that knob and that will lay the nose of that thing down where it's kind of having an angle where you can slide stuff up on there a little easier. And then there's another knob over there that does right to left. So we ain't messing with that right now. We're trying to slide this up. If you can see, that piece of wood is in our way. It's like 10 foot long. It goes over there. So we've got to get up over that wood and get in front. But to get over that wood, we got to be careful because we're hitting up there. So actually, I'm gonna let this down a little bit now. So we want that motor kind of back just ever so slightly, but we got to be careful that we don't bust our distributor up there. So I'm gonna let it down a little bit and then we're gonna come forward. We're getting close up there. There's a, I don't know if y'all can see that, but right up, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Right there. Right up there, there's a titty that sticks out, or a nipple, whatever you want to call it, that goes into a spot on the transmission. And I'm just about there. So I got one on that side, one on that side, and I believe that side's in. It felt like it was. So I've got to throw a bolt in here and see if it'll start, and if it does, woohoo, we're home free. That's what we're looking for, y'all. Right there, we got one bolt started, another bolt goes there, but we got this one started. I'm not going to put that one in yet. I'm going to go around to that other side again and see if I can't get those started. If I get those started, then we're in business. I'm trying not to shake the camera too much, but understand I'm up underneath the truck rolling around, so I'm doing the best I can. But The next thing you need to check is make sure you're not pinching anything in the bell housing. I've done that a bunch, pinch a bunch of wires in there, and you got to come back down here and basically take the transmission out to put it back in again, and that's never fun. So this is where you need to be checking to make sure you're not pinching anything, and if you are, a lot of times it's easier just to cut it off and splice it. The struggles of doing it on the ground, you got to do a little on one side and come around and do a little on the other, and obviously I left my wrench over here, so I got to get under there and do that side. But first, I'm gonna have me some refreshment. Okay, y'all, we got the kick down back on. So the kick down's hooked up. This one, it don't have a transmission cooler in the radiator. It's right here. It's a big boy. So I lied. I got one in the radiator and I got one behind the radiator. I got doubles in it. That tells you how long it's been since I've been playing with this thing. Look and see if that had a date code on it. Bear engine cooler. Yeah, 2002. 5/26/2002. So that's when I must have built this thing. Somewhere around there. So it's been 20 years since I built it. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that must not be right. I mean, it must be when the manufacturer was, but it must not be when I bought this thing. But anyway, it gives you some kind of time frame. I got to put the cross member in it. No, I got the cross member in it. I got to put the drive shaft in it, but I can't turn the drive shaft because it's stuck in drive. I mean, it's in park. So it being in park, you can't move your drive shaft to get it to line up back there. So I just put it in something so I can turn it, whether it be neutral or drive or whatever. I can just turn it. Now somebody's gonna say, oh, well, be careful, don't let it fall off. Well, it's been sitting there without no transmission in it, so it being in neutral or drive or whatever it's in won't bother it. I just gotta make sure I put it back up before I try to start it. So I got to crawl up under here and see if I can get that thing on there. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but somebody's gotta do it. And I would crawl through there, but that was just about as bad. I think I'd rather crawl up under there. I'm gonna put my little pump on this tire and see if I can pump that tire up, give my belly some more room, and I'll get back with you here shortly. Okay, y'all, we got the transmission in, we got the cross member in. We got the transmission mount on. We got we got 5 of the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 of the 6 bolts in. I'm trying to get the O-ring on the dipstick tube. I ripped the last one. Putting this one on there. And we'll see how this goes. The vacuum line's still hanging down, and I haven't did the transmission lines because I want to blow those lines out before I hook them to this transmission. So I'll show you that when I get to it. But right now we're fighting a dipstick tube. Well, take 3. Hooked an air line here, blew out, come back in here. Had a rag over it, so trying to keep it from blowing everywhere. You see it there and all over my cardboard there. So got that. All I got left now is I got to put those lines back on. I wanted to make sure I didn't have no contamination in there. Contaminants, probably not contamination, contaminants in there. And I get those lines back on. Then we got the torque converter to tighten, to put the bolts in, and the drive shaft, and fill it up with oil, and we'll be riding. She'll be riding the 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses. I'll be driving 400 horses when I come. I'll be driving 400 horses when Okay, y'all, we got a good sign. We dumped a gallon in this thing, and it ain't running out on the ground. So we're gonna try our second gallon. I think them's gallons. Yeah. So we're gonna put 8 quarts in it, and then I'm gonna fire it up. Maybe 6 quarts, and then I'm gonna fire it up and see what's going on with it. We got everything back in there. So let's get some more oil in it. Okay, y'all, let's try it. First ride in 20 years. Got it done, y'all. Okay, y'all. It's 11:30 at night. It was a long one, but guess what? We got her done. She ready. All the tires are flat, obviously. I just pumped them up. They'll stay pumped up about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, and then they'll go flat again. But we figured out what we wanted to figure out. The transmission is now working. New transmission is working good. We'll get some new tires. I don't want to take it on the street with them old tires on there, especially all dry rotted. I could probably knock them off the rims and clean them up and put them back on, and that'd be fine. But if I blow one of them tires, and tear a fender up, I'm going to be highly upset. So we'll just we'll get some tires and put on it, and then we'll take it for a test drive. But that was good enough. We saw it goes forward and backwards. That's all it needs to do. But the brakes and all still work on it. So we'll see. Y'all, if you like the channel, subscribe to it, please. Give us a thumbs up for filming it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, y'all.